Welcome to The Secret Stories. I'm Lisa Gillespie. Today we're going to be talking about how people who saw The Secret are using the secret principles of the law of attraction in their everyday lives to manifest and create their day. First, let me share with you my secret story. I was working in corporate America at a really high-stress job, and I happened to connect with one of the people who I worked with, which oftentimes happens. You have a special connection with someone at work. And Trish came into my office and she was talking to me about the law of attraction. I really kind of wasn't understanding what she was talking about, but she gave me these really great music CDs. And I would listen to this music on my way to work. I would sometimes listen to it in the background at work, and I found it to be extremely soothing, and it had some messages in the background that I found to be very soothing and helped me through my day. And one day we were talking one Friday afternoon, she came to my office, and we were talking about what we're going to do that weekend. And she mentioned to me that there was this new movie that came out, and it was called What the Bleep Do We Know? And for those of you who have heard of the movie What the Bleep, it's sort of a pseudo-scientific movie about the law of attraction. At the time I didn't know that. But the minute that I heard the words, what the bleep do we know, I literally said to her, we have to go right now and see that movie. And she kind of looked at me like, it's not that critical, like I'm just telling you about the movie. And I actually felt compelled to go. And it was about 4:45. I went home, changed my clothes, and drove, what would have been about 30 miles to the movie theater to catch the movie. And it was funny because I actually ran into her going somewhere else at the same time, which was kind of a funny coincidence, or not. But and she said, you were really serious? And I said, yes, I must see this movie right now. And I went and I saw the movie, and it really changed my life. And it changed the way that I thought about how we attract things to us. I think I always knew that there was some principle at work. But once I could hear about scientists who were talking about The Secret, and how that principle was at work, it really moved me. And I understood it more. And I wanted to create my day every day. And so I started working with the principles of The Secret. And every day I would sort of, do some meditation in the morning and at night. And I would really open myself up to the fact that you can actually create, what you want to manifest in your life. And I would work with little things because I figured if I started slow, that would be better. And so I started working with little things that I wanted in my day to go better. And so the stress of my day was sometimes having a project that would come out of nowhere, kind of come at you. And I wanted to calm those projects down, make them go away if they were unnecessary, or bubble up the things that were necessary. And what I noticed in doing that is every day that I would go into the office, literally the things that were not an emergency would somehow fizzle away. And the things that would normally be things that caused me a lot of grief, or they were lockups in your day, would smoothly just get smoothed over. And I'm going to give you one example. It's a small one, but I think it's very compelling. One day I went into the office and I was doing an email, and it had a passport, a picture of a passport in it. And we needed to have a real picture of a passport with the actual passport stamps were what we were trying to replicate. Not exactly, but in something for a marketing piece. Now normally, which is very strange to most people, but I actually carry my passport with me a lot of times because I used to travel a lot and I'd never know when I just need to go to the airport. I don't have time to go home. I have, a bag in the office and I have to go right then. And so I carried my passport. This one day, I did not have my passport. And another girl who worked with me, who normally carried her passport, didn't have hers. So no one had their passport, and we couldn't find any images of it online. This thing had to go out literally within 3 hours. And we really needed this to look professional. And I did a manifestation right at that moment, and I said, please just bring me this passport picture, whether it be that I find it online and I can Google it, or somehow. 15 minutes later, a guy who had an office right next to mine, who I really didn't interface with because he was in finance, comes into my office and says, Lisa, I didn't know that if you knew or not, but I'm moving to Canada. And it's really strange because have you ever seen like the way Canadians stamp your passport, or there was something to do with his passport. I don't remember if it was a stamp. And he comes into my office with his passport. That for me was absolute proof. If nothing else, that was the proof. That was sort of my turning point when I knew there really was something to this. And it wasn't just my imagination. It was just too exact for me. And I didn't get up and go to his office. He got up and came to mine, and we never really talked to each other. And so that's what led me down a path of how can I stay focused, create my day. What are people doing? I might be saying one thing or opening up in one way, and sometimes I get blocked. Sometimes I have fear. Sometimes I feel, maybe there's something external or maybe there's something subconscious that's blocking me. And I wanted to know more about how I could manifest every day. And I thought, I'm not using all of the principles. I thought, well, maybe there are other people like me out there. And so we know there are great meetups all around the United States happening about The Secret, and we'd love to hear from you and have you share your secret stories with us. But what if you live in an area that there is no meetup? What if you live in an area that's very conservative and maybe there aren't a lot of people talking about The Secret in your area? So we thought we'd have this video to help those people, and we could all share our secret stories and help to manifest and create a great day every day. Thanks.